the lines that get me now are the little ones I've forgotten, like when they first throw a stone at dear John Young, and he says, "Oh, we haven't started yet."
It's very funny and very silly, isn't it?
Oh, wonderfully silly. Makes people terribly cross, you know. And you know they were all protesting outside the New York cinema. Oh, and all the established churches, the Lutherans, the Catholics, two lots of the Jewish faiths, and some Calvinists, I think, were all condemned. And Eric Idle said, well, at least we brought them together for the first time.
Yes, you were banned in Berkshire and Dorset and all over the place, weren't you? It's interesting watching that and watching your reaction to it. I mean, great enjoyment there. But I know the things that you don't like being reminded of from that time. I mean, for instance, one of the great standout sketches of all time was a minister for Silly Walks.
Oh, yeah.
And I know you can't bear it, can you?
Well, I never thought it was as funny as everyone else.
You didn't?
No, I really didn't. And when I did it for the television, I spent a lot of time, you know, in my little flat in Basil Street. Did you know I lived in Basil Street?
Didn't.
No, there's a giveaway, isn't it? And I was working out all the steps. And then we did it, and it went quite well. And then suddenly, everyone was raving on about it. I thought, well, yeah, it's a good piece of material. Well, it's not bad for Mike and Terry. Anyway, let's put it like that. And I quite was puzzled by it. But then when we were doing the stage show, which was, God knows when, I mean, 30 years ago, they wanted to put it in. And I said, oh, this is that good. And when we did it in Southampton, the first night of the tour of the British Isles, it laid a total egg. And there I was doing all this stuff in my legs. I mean, how embarrassing does it get? I mean, there wasn't a snigger. And I came off into the wings and I said, right, that's out. I'm not doing that again. And they said, oh, give it one more. I said, no, it didn't work. Did it work? Well, no, but give it one more. So I did it the next night at Brighton. And it was a riot.
What about the Dead Parrot sketch? Another one that people can quote line word for word.
Well, it was funny. We had to do wouldn't have to, but they chose to ask us to do the Dead Parrot show again, sketch again in New York when Michael and I were doing publicity for Fierce Creatures on Saturday Night Live. So we went out to dinner a couple of nights before, and we were sitting in this steakhouse, and we couldn't remember the lines. And I said to Michael, well, should we just go out and stop someone on the pavement?
Because they will know.
Yes, because when we were doing it, I remember when we were doing it at Drury Lane, Michael's very naughty on stage, and unfortunately he always breaks me up, you see. So he said something silly. I think I said something like, he says, I don't have a replacement parrot, I've got a slug, you know. And I say, does it talk? And he's supposed to say, not much. And he said, it mutters a bit. And I started, and I broke up. By the time I got back, I got my laughter under control and straightened up and sort of turned back to the audience again. I'd totally forgotten where we were in the sketch. I had no idea, and I was very relaxed that night, and I said to the audience, what's the next line? And 40 of them shouted it out. And I thought, well, what is the point of this thing?